What's going on, guys? Ben here, owner and CEO of Strong Insurance. Today we're going to break down one of our number one and probably our most favorite carrier to work with right now here at Strong Insurance, and that is 10-4 Trucking Insurance. Now, we're going to go through a few things, what they do well, what they don't do well, what they like, what they don't like, and why we like them so much. So first, let's start with what do they do well? What do they want to see in a fleet? What are they excelling at price wise? Where are they really competitive? Now, they're based here in the Midwest, and so naturally they're doing really well on agribusiness and agriculture type items. So seed, grain, hay, potatoes, beets, anything like that outside of livestock. They are not riding livestock at this time. Maybe there'll be some sort of enhancement to the product in the future where they'll do that, but right now they are staying away from all livestock hauling. So unfortunately, if you're one of our beloved livestock haulers, you will be ineligible to work with 10-4. Not to fret, we have options for those livestock haulers here at Strong Insurance outside of 10-4. So that's what they're doing really well. Now they also do really well on your standard flatbed work, your standard dry van work. They don't love oversized and overweight, so they're kind of looking for the cookie cutter stuff. They're okay with maybe a little bit of hair on it from a loss perspective. Their frequency is going to concern these guys more than anything. Obviously they don't want a big bunch of claims back to back. They really, but like one shock loss, if you've got a fleet of 30 trucks and you have one big loss that happened and maybe a couple small ones here or there over the last 5 years, we might be able to get you into there. It's got to make sense from a profitability standpoint. Just like any other insurance carrier, these are for-profit companies. It's got to make sense for them to insure you. The other thing that they're going to look at is they really would prefer all your drivers be between the ages of 23 and 65 years old. That is a big one for them. They are commonly excluding drivers that fall outside of those age ranges. They want you to be in business for 2 years. They're not just taking any Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street and giving them these great insurance rates that they offer. You have to qualify yourself and quantify why you deserve to have the rates that they're going to offer you. So they want you in 2 years in business. All the drivers need to be 23 to 65 years old. You need to be hauling a commodity that is in their preferred commodity list. Obviously, another one that they stay away from auto haulers. They're not touching hot shot. They're class 8, big rigs only. So they're pretty selective, and that's how they're able to offer the rates that they are. Now, another thing that they're going to do, they're going to work with us in the underwriting process, and part of that underwriting process is connecting your ELD device. Now, they do offer a discount for doing that, and typically those discounts are worth it. And just like any other insurance carrier, the way it's going right now, it's almost always beneficial to connect those ELD devices. So get the ELD device connected through Trucker Cloud. They'll look at that data. That will help them determine the big thing that they're looking for. They're actually not so much looking at your driving characteristics there as they are that they want to make sure that if we have 30 trucks on the fleet, that there's 30 trucks or 30 trucks in our submission, that there's 30 trucks on your electronic logging device history. That we're not, if you say, hey, here's 30 trucks and we see 46 trucks in the last 90 days on your ELD, we're going to wonder, well, where are these other 16 trucks at? And rightfully so. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration puts them on the hook with that federal filing. So they want to make sure that they're, properly being compensated to insure all 46 of those trucks if that's the case. So they're going to do some digging on you, but they're going to offer the rates to reflect the underwriting that they do. We're going to help you along the way, making sure that the process is smooth. Now, one of the other things we love about these guys is, they're right in Iowa. We're right here in Nebraska. They understand the Midwest. And they're very personable people over there. I know everyone over there from underwriting all the way up to the CEO. And they're all fantastic people. They're all responsive. They're one of the few insurance companies that if you jump over to Google and look at them as an insurance company, I believe they have like a 4.5, 4.6 review rating on Google. Go look at any other insurance company and you're going to see like a 2 or 3 maybe. And it's because their claims handling is fast, responsive. It's second to none, really. They do a fantastic job. Now, one concern that one might have with 10-4 when digging into them is they are a risk retention group, which if you know anything about the trucking insurance industry in the past 5 to 10 years, RRGs have popped up and shut themselves down due to insolvency all over the place multiple times. And a lot of it was, I mean, everyone thinks that they can just jump in and start an insurance company because the trucking insurance premiums are high and they're going to make a killing. And that's just not the way it works. 10-4 has a history of being extraordinarily strategic. I believe they've been in for about 35, 40 years. So they know what they're doing. They're not some fly-by-night RRG that just popped up. They really know what they're doing over there. We love representing them. So if you are hauling any of those preferred commodity types, dry van, flatbed, anything agricultural related outside of livestock, and even if you're hauling something that falls, outside of those preferred commodities, still feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to see if we can't find a way to make it fit. If not, fit with one of our other carriers. But 10-4 has been fantastic. We're seeing rates they can get as low and really as aggressive as they want on $7,000, $8,000 per power unit, which is really hard to obtain in today's market. So that's on the low end. Typically we're going to be closer to that, maybe $10,000 for a really nice, clean, preferred risk, larger fleet. And they're taking business. That's kind of their sweet spot as far as fleet size. They'll take one truck operations up to about 65, 70, maybe even up to 100. That's kind of their sweet spot. Now, I've seen them get aggressive on some bigger stuff, maybe some stuff that most people would have put in a captive or something like that, and we were able to, keep them out of a captive, or they didn't like the captive structure, so they wanted to stay with the traditional insurance model or something similar like 10-4. And so they are aggressive across the board, but really that 1 to 35, 1 to 50, somewhere in there is really their sweet spot. So if you fit that criteria, click the link below this video, get some time with me on my calendar, get some time with one of my agents. We'd be happy to take any of your information, get it out to 10-4 and a few of our other markets, and see if we can't get you some savings without sacrificing coverage and make sure that you're well taken care of. That is 10-4 in a nutshell. And as always, if you want to continue to learn more about the insurance industry and the trucking industry, give us a like, follow, and keep it rubber side down.